Everybody, J-Spot here, going to do another comic book reading for you. Put my little voices on there. I like to do this, and imagine I'm reading these books for my soon-to-be-born child. Really looking forward to that, and if this is the future and you figured out how to use YouTube, I'm doing this for you. You might not think so, but live with it. This is I'm doing it for you. You better appreciate it, silly. It's really funny though, because now that I mentioned I'm doing this for my child, which I mean, if you don't know me or you don't know, is gonna be my daughter, my baby girl. I was about to go into my usual thing where I use a lot of foul language, and I totally stopped myself. So maybe parenthood isn't gonna be as bad as we're all expecting, at least from that point of view, coming from me. Wow, talk about off subject here. But, that's what's real in my life, Nice to meet you, too. I'm glad we can come together in this virtual world. Either way, today, here we are, J-Spot Plays, doing another comic book reading. Today we're going to be reading Magneto #2. This is from the 2013 Marvel Now run that they were doing of just Magneto. And as I'm reading other comic books, I'm starting to think that this is what Magneto is doing at this point in time during the Uncanny X-Men story in Marvel Now, where everybody's just like, where did Magneto go? Where's Magneto? Magneto's doing something. Where did he go? And there is kind of a bombshell that comes with that, and they never really explained what drove Magneto to do what he did. And I think this might be the story playing it out. I'm not exactly sure. Either way, we're really just kind of digging into what could be of this comic book. Again, though, this is only #2. So that's really talking about a lot of a story that you have no idea what I'm talking about. So maybe all that would be best left off. Good thing we covered it now and not on issue #3 or 4 or 5, whatever. Sorry for the big intro. Without further ado, I present Magneto #2. Pretty cool cover there. Pretty neat. I've seen him on TV, I guess. But I never imagined the way he just walked in and started throwing everything around. It was like, I grew up in tornado country, Oklahoma. I've seen plenty of twisters. That's what this was like a tornado. Only if the tornado enjoyed what it was doing. And I saw it in his eyes. He wanted us to know. He wanted us to know that Magneto had come for us. How are the interviews coming, Agent Withers? Almost done, ma'am. People are pretty badly shaken up. A few serious injuries, lots of bruises and scrapes and cuts. Insurance premiums are about to skyrocket in this neck of the woods. And Magneto is long gone, still 10 steps ahead of us. You saw the victim, the man in the cell? Yes, ma'am. I'm not sure I'll be able to eat for... What the hell? Where did they come from? I'll handle this, ma'am. I'm sorry, but this is a SHIELD investigation. I'm Agent Rodriguez. How did you get in here? Are you residents? Witnesses? I wish. We're not witnesses. We're fans. Just look at this mess. I thought Magneto's powers were busted, Agent Haynes. They are. That's what scares me. Because God help us if he ever gets better. The man I killed, the unwitting Omega Sentinel, was from this place. Before he died, he told me this is where they found him. This is the home he was taken from before he was changed into an instrument of death. Dozens of haphazard structures standing close together in hopes of faking a community. A tent city for people who don't have anything else. Men, women, children, families. Abandoned by society, forgotten unless someone actually bothers to pay attention. And if that happens, they'll be routed. Or worse. Is that fear in their eyes as I walk past? Can they sense a predator among them? Or are they simply resentful of another mouth that's come to devour their crumbs? They're without hope. They're sickly. They're starving. They're familiar. Don't drag your feet, Max. If we're found out, I know it'll happen, Anver. So maybe we should be quiet as well as quick. Come on. Stay here until the guards pass. Won't be long. How did we do? No one's going to mistake us for kings, but our families will eat. Put the bread away, Levi. It's time to go. I don't... Go, Max. Go with Levi. I'm right behind you. You there! What are you doing? Don't move! I can't help but think about that night. How it may have played out differently. And if it had, would the world be better or worse for it? You're new here. Name's Samuel. What brings you to Down Acres, friend? There's nowhere else to go. Not true, friend. Although I'm sure it feels that way. Got a name? Max. Come with me, Max. We'll find you some food. These people, would they have ended up here regardless of the path they walked? And did they take those first steps themselves? Or were they pushed? There's always somewhere else to go, Max. Always further to fall. Times are hard. I know that. Hardest I've ever seen. You look like someone who's seen some tough breaks yourself. You know, as well as most, I suppose. You can let the bad times teach you something, or you can let them eat you up inside. Never both? You're welcome here, of course, so long as you pull your... There's something wrong here. Wrong? I met someone, a young man I think you knew. Colton. Colton? He was a good kid. What are we supposed to do? They come every couple of weeks. Used to offer work until we realized no one they hired ever returned. Then they stopped making offers. Then they stopped asking. The ones who fight, those are the first to be taken. And so we put our heads down and hope to go unnoticed. Like I said, there's always further to fall. What are you doing? Smuggling food? We saw someone else with you. Tell us his name. Run. We can't just leave him. Answer us. I was... Don't lie, boy. I'll kick your face in if you lie. What is it? What's happening? Levi, shh. What do we have here? Hitzig. It's nothing, sir. A boy taking food through the wall. He had someone else with him. We're just trying to... Is this true? Were you smuggling? Yes. You must be very hungry to take such risks. My family. I'll strike a bargain with you. Tell us, right now, who was with you? Give us a name. And I'll let you go, and you can even take the food, what hasn't been ruined by the rain, with you. But if you don't give us a name, I'll kill you here, on the spot, and your family. Starving or not will be next. What do you say? Do we have a deal? I was with a boy named Levi Winlaub. What? Quiet, Levi. Go. Warn your parents. Find these Winlaubs, yes? Yes, Eretzig. You see, boy? Desperation isn't so bad, Not when it leads to cooperation and good decision-making. Now, pick up your food. Enver died that day, squatting in the rain, scraping near-spoiled food from the streets. I never saw Levi again. Perhaps his family went into hiding. Perhaps they escaped. Perhaps... but it's not likely. In his final moments, Anver chose to utter Levi's name. and not mine. These are decisions that shape lives. Levi was sacrificed like a lamb before a god, so that I could live. I have to believe that this was done because I am meant to determine the course of history. Samuel and his people, they fear what comes for them in the night. And yet, they do little to stop it. They are almost paralyzed by the dread when the press gangs come for them. Because of their hopelessness, they don't fight as they are turned into monsters. And because of their rigor, my people, the mutants, suffer. They close their eyes and hope the bad men won't come. But the bad man is already here.
Oh, what the? Yeah! Yeah! Oh, God!
These are not Omega Sentinels. They would have sensed the ambush. Oof. They are just men. And I suppose I could take it easy on them. But mercy is a luxury I cannot afford.
Ark! Stop it! Hands up! Who the fuck are you? What do you... Ah! Ah!
As with Levi's sacrifice, there was a reason Andrew was killed. A reason I saw it happen. There were lessons to be learned. The people you recruit, where do you take them? Tell me and you'll walk out of here. Lessons about desperation and ruthlessness. He tells me everything he knows, answers my every question, tells me exactly where to find those responsible. He wants to believe I'll spare him. Perhaps part of me wants to believe it too. But bad times teach you lessons, and they eat you alive. Just as hopelessness can crush your spirit and turn you into a monster.
Oof. Oof. Chills from that ending there. Man, you really feel for Magneto. You know he's a villain. You always have. He's done some good stuff. He's definitely fighting for the name, or in the name of what he believes in, and that's it. You know, fighting for his mutant people, fighting for his kind. I mean, and this seems to be digging a little deeper into where Magneto really came from, coming from the concentration camps from World War II. It's very deep, man. That's pretty harsh to really think about. If this kind of things were possible, this is definitely something that we would have to worry about, you know, if there were really mutants walking around. Which one of them has escaped the concentration camps? Which one of them have this hankering in the back of them, this possible ultimate revenge? I don't know anybody from there. And I mean, actually it's 2014, so those are most, I don't think there's anybody left. If there is anybody left, I don't know. I'm not very good with history, so great book. I'm loving it. I hope you are too. I hope you're enjoying these. If these are bad, I'm sorry. You watched all the way to this part. Why'd you do that? You must like it. I bet you like it. You probably like it. If you don't like it, you're liking it anyway because you're still listening. This is J-Spot. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, I'll see you later.